Wonder. A feeling of surprise mingled with admiration, caused by something beautiful, unexpected, unfamiliar, or inexplicable. Tom Lawton is an artist out of the UK. He's known for his mesmerizing and calming art pieces, much like this one he created, titled Uplift, which uses solar energy to power the sustainably built spiral, giving the onlooker a feeling of bliss and serenity. Tom has been working on something unusually different for the past few years.
Well, you know Uplift, you know I've been making these spiral sculptures for a long time, and I've made 2,500 spiral sculptures, and when the spirals turn, they go in either one direction. They're either going up or they're going down. Start getting philosophical about what is the nature of a spiral, and I was thinking about it really entwined with like the dynamic of life, and I don't know why, I just think I just spent so much time doing it, and I was just playing with these spirals, building them, and then was like, imagine if you could build one that went in both directions. So the first ones were drawings, but they literally looked like I was crazy. I'm just trying, my kids would be like, I have sketchbooks, I've got drawings after drawings of these spiral things. I look like I'm in a madhouse.
What started with a scribble and a loose idea quickly transformed into a quest. One that would require science, art, mathematics, physics, and nature to accomplish.
And to create the form, I had to learn the maths. To create the geometry so it's perfect, you have to model it in the computer, and you have to use parametric modeling software, right? So you have to put your constraints aren't freeform. You know, I've got this little helix that goes up, and I've got this little helix that goes down, and they have to bridge each other and join in a way that's really pure. So I was doing it physically in wire and sketching it, and I could see it clearly in my mind, but I didn't have the skills to get it right physically. So we went into the computer software, and that was what allowed us to bring it together like perfectly. What was strange was I knew how it looked from above and below before I had made it, and when I saw that in the computer, I was just like, it's done, that's it, that's all it needs to be. And it's the same from above as below, which is interesting. The underworld mirrors the heavens or something, and this is the wonder is the dance in the middle. I don't know.
Aptly named Wonder, this impossible-looking structure is a physical object whose properties seem to transcend our physical reality. It's almost like you're staring at an NFT or a 3D render. The combination of materials, movement, and shape gives the onlooker a uniquely magical experience when observed.
And that's taken maybe 2 years now to get to the point where we're making it in copper. The technique is very aerospace, so it's a blend of hand-finished work and also advanced kind of laser-accurate fabrication.
Although only 2 of these larger Wonder pieces exist, one of which is being displayed in an abbey in the UK, and the other here with me, I felt the need to share Wonder rather than keep it to myself. So I decided to reach out to a local art gallery nearby and inquire if they'd like to have it on display.
There it is.
So this will make perfect sense, right?
Yeah, because, I mean, it's movement.
Yeah, it's like dancing.
Yeah.
Now, here's the interesting part of Wonder. The gallery just so happened to be featuring an exhibit on movement. How serendipitous, I thought, but Tom wasn't surprised.
It's currently on display right now, which is very exciting. We have it set up at a local art gallery, and running now through August is the exhibit on sort of movement and dance.
Sure.
And it's just such a perfect fit. It's so timely. When I approached him, and I'm like, hey, you know, we'd love to use your art gallery and have people come in and see this thing and see what they think. And he's like, oh, yeah, we're doing an exhibit on movement and dance. And so he's showing me all these paintings that are circular, and there's this movement and everything. And I just thought it was so perfect. Fitting. Like, it worked out that way. It's kind of wild.
It is wild. I find in this with everything to do with Wonder, it kind of creates its own way. It's been like making a bat symbol. right? I've made this object, and I've kind of just gone, all right, I'm just gonna share it, and I'm put it on my Instagram, and my reach is like really small, maybe a collective of 10,000 people across everything, so really small. But the people who've come back are like, they're the most extraordinary, interesting group of people. I've got cosmologists, quantum physicists, druids, a lot of musicians, magicians, movement people, meditators, psychoanalysts, neuroscientists, and it kind of goes on. It's like this bat symbol, it's this very funny club, but Wonder has a bit of a power of its own, and I think there's something so unique about, nobody's seen it before. And so that when you put it in person, it's lovely that you're going to do this thing with movement. On my most recent reel on my Instagram, I put it on Brighton Beach, and we had people who were there with it, and the girls were just moving like Wonder. And I was just like, this is great. And this is what's been amazing, is how the shape and the form have resonated with these extraordinarily brained people. So there's a lady I've met called Dr. Jude Currivan. She's a quantum physicist, she's a cosmologist.
Unity, unified reality diversifies itself in the most incredible ways in the physical realm from the most simple of instructions.
And she said the shape has moved, and it's almost like the feedback, you're almost like the consciousness of the universe showing us this shape of how we were at the genesis of it all. It's beyond me, and it's kind of like very special. I mean, I almost get goosebumps as I talk about it. I can't describe some of the wonderful things and the way that people have spoken about it. She sees the signature first breath. She says it wasn't the Big Bang, it was the big breath, right? So it was this, life came as this big breath of energy. And she said it was the shape of Wonder.
That isn't the only instance of an unusual connection brought on by Wonder. Kurt Gödel, who was one of Einstein's best friends in his later years, found a solution to the general theory of relativity that modeled a strange, unusual, rotating universe, allowing for backward and forward time travel. The depiction of his model matches Tom's work perfectly.
This guy Massimo on Rainmaker on Twitter, he shared this image of, well, he can read the equations, which I can't do, and he abstracted the equations into a shape, and the shape had, well, this guy Massimo just shared it and was like, and I was just looking at it going, and bearing, when I create Wonder, I've got no reference points, so there's nothing. There's just me building spirals and me wondering, hey, I wonder if they could go both ways, and is that an interesting dynamic, and can I make something harmonious? So that, to me, it's all original thought. But maybe it's not original. Maybe there's something that's bigger than us that interconnects us. Maybe there's, maybe there's an invisible aerial somewhere that's taking that. I just don't know. But I felt it through a lot of my creative life, is that you do things and then there are synchronicities. But when I saw the interpretations of Einstein's equations, and then made as this shape, and literally went, that's my shape.
As a magician, it is my job to try and create the experience of wonder through magic, to create a unique and unexplainable experience for my audience, to bend their objective view of reality for a moment and connect with them in a fictional realm that I've created. This work of art seems to achieve the same objective almost effortlessly.
You know, it's one thing that I've noticed as well, that no matter who sort of witnesses it, and you just get sucked into it, and it's involuntary. It's there's something that happens that at first there's an analytical thing that happens with your mind when you stare at this. There's like, okay, I'm gonna try and figure this out. And the more you try and figure it out, the more you get sort of confused by it or just thrown off by it, because you realize that there's no point that I can focus on that will help me understand this. You relinquish whatever hold you're trying to have on it.
You almost surrender to it.
I wanted to see people's reaction to see if they felt as compelled by wonder as I did.
We've got our wonder over here, and it is installed in this beautiful art gallery. We're gonna bring a few people here, friends of mine, who've not seen this thing. They have no idea, they don't know what it is. And I wanted to sort of capture their first impression of this art piece on camera. So I brought a blindfold and we're gonna be bringing them in one by one. Close the door. Come this way. Stand, take a step, take a step, take a step. And move forward a little bit.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm gonna look here.
You can take off the blindfold.
Oh, weird.
Seems like it's in 3D or something. Can I move around?
Can I get up?
Yeah.
It's trippy, man. Like if you try to follow one spot, wow. Like how is it? It's spinning. Is it going up or down?
Both.
Oh, both.
It reminds me of space, kind of. It's like water. You know?
Yeah.
And calm, maybe?
Calm, yeah.
Yeah, because it's so...
Dude, it's true. Like the more you, like at first you look at it and you go, okay, it's a moving statue, but then you try to like anchor onto something and there's nothing to hold on to because it's moving up. Because yeah, it's spinning, right? So if it's spinning, then it stands to reason that certain things are going up. But yeah, it's the more you try to understand it, the harder it is. I love this thing.
It's like mesmerizing.
It kind of melts your head, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no. It's just ever, like it spins forever.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going slower.
I don't play tricks. I mean, I have an energy about me. I know that, and I know it's not always ordinary. I mean, I just love people, so I get buzzed when I'm with people. So there's a kind of like, I like the synchronicities of life and the coincidences and the funny things, but I haven't got any tricks, but I can get, you know, magical things can happen just by the nature of connections and talking and all of that stuff. But this is the first thing I've ever done that takes, I kind of can't believe I've made it in many ways, but it's it had to happen. I don't know whether there's some sort of higher calling. I don't think there is. I think that imagination is the purest form of us. I think it's one of the most remarkable aspects to the human condition. I think that, and I feel blessed that I've managed to express what I describe as a feeling in this. And the feeling is one that I've definitely felt all my life, is just not consistently. And I think this could only have come through having all of the highs and all of the lows. It's like it's a little bit, I can be euphoric, but I don't live in that. I could be depressed, but I don't live in that. But life has some space, and you are the wonder in the middle of it, and whatever your up and down is, it doesn't matter. And I don't know I don't know how exactly I've managed to get that feeling into a form. I don't know, the last 2 years, my experience, I'm probably sure it's similar to you, I'm done with people telling me what to do. I'm done with people telling me this is how it is, because the world's been shifting in all of these directions and there's all this separation and stuff, and I'm just like, God, well, we've got to rise above it. And maybe it's an old world holding on to what was before, but the best compliment I ever have with wonder is people go like, is it real?
As my fascination with creating wonder through magic grows, I find that it can be found in so many places. In science, in art, in nature. But ultimately, I find it where it was meant to live. In people.
I send that over.
Will you say hello to my son? Well, you know exactly who this is.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you just think of a card? Can you think of a card?
Think of it, don't say it.
Yeah, sure.
You can say it. What card is it?
Hello.
What card are you thinking of?
Ace of Hearts.
Ace of Hearts.
Oh, the 8 or ace?
What?
8.
The 8.
Oh, the 8 of Hearts.
The 8 of Hearts.
Okay. We're gonna try something with the 8 of Hearts here. Let me give it a shuffle. We'll see if we can find it. Can you say stop whenever you like?
Stop.
Tom has several smaller wonder pieces which will be for sale that he painstakingly creates one after another.
So I'm making baby wonders. I can do 100 a month. I can't do more than that because it's so difficult to make. They're just a real, they're really, really tricky. So we're doing 100 a month, and I've sold the first 100. I deliver those in December. So we're doing pre-orders basically. Beuplifted.co.uk is where I think they're always going to be on pre-order, to be honest.
The universe is filled with wonder, and Tom just found a way to shine a light on a small part of it. Thanks for watching this video. Share it with your friends, like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more unusual content.